So welcome back everyone to Web Gaming Entertainment. My name is Walter. This is the game Tech Executive Tycoon, and I am bringing to you the 11th Dev Blog. So thanks guys for watching in advance. Basically this one is going to be just about a few more updates that I have so far. Not much, and again I'm not going to show a lot because I'm trying to, you know, we definitely want to keep some things under wraps, but for now we're moving along and we're getting very close to the alpha phase. And I've been saying that a lot, but we really are. And let's just jump right into it, get everything set up so that I can show you what I've been working on so far. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Alright, and I'm not going to fill out everything right now. You guys have seen that in some of the previous ones, so I'm going to skip that for now. Let's choose HR Specialist, why not? Alright, now this screen here, and it will be fleshed out. This is obviously just a placeholder, but for the most part, it does have exactly what you will see when it comes to the functionality. There may be a few more things, but let's just go through exactly what this is. And the thing is, I know it looks very self-explanatory. That's the idea. But basically, I'll still go through it. This will be your presets for the game difficulty, allowing you to determine how challenging you want the game to be. The four main options that you'll see basically is the starting year, which you have four options: 1980, 1990, 2000, and 2010. Cash amounts, you can start off at 500,000 all the way down to 50,000. Notoriety, this one is different, basically allowing you to choose how popular you are, or your company or your products are, to start the game. Basically, and I'll flesh that out a little more, so we'll give a more detailed explanation as I continue to build on that, but most everything is still in the works, if you will, so nothing that I even say today will be written in stone. Everything is liable to change in some way or another, so don't get attached if that can help at all. Rival difficulty, this one will be basically about obviously your rivals and the competition, how difficult they are, how aggressive they are toward derailing you in your endeavor to be the greatest tech CEO and businessman out there, or businesswoman out there. So easy starts you out at 1980 because, you know, technology was around, but it was pretty much was definitely finding its legs, so to speak. So 1980 gives you the best chance to sort of build your empire over time. You start off with a ton of cash. You have a little buzz going on about your company name and maybe the first few products that you build out, and ship and sell. Rival difficulty will be fairly easy. So if you go to normal, everything will be pretty much nice and balanced out. A good starting cash amount. Your notoriety is anything but non-existent. Let's just say that. Rival difficulty is pretty much normal. So, and again, for each of these difficulties, things just change slightly, and to make it insane is pretty insane actually. But if you go to custom, you'll be able to change any of these to fit the gameplay style or the difficulty level overall that you personally want to play. Now there will be more options that I'm thinking of adding in for this. I just haven't really fleshed out this entire screen, but you get the idea. This screen is basically going to get you set right before you go into the game. This part will be where you select the office, your starting office. There will be tons more options, by the way, for every level and every tier of office. There will be more options, so do not worry about that. Just so you know though, for each office you'll see how much it would cost to buy that office, how much it would cost to lease it, as well as the utility cost that comes along with it. In addition, you'll see exactly how many offices or what offices it has. All these are the same for now, but they really will be different, so please don't pay too much attention to that. But when you see the number on the right hand side, that's how many seats are in those offices. So basically, you'll be able to hire, in this case, you'll be able to hire just one person, which typically will be your manager. So in most offices, as you reach the mid-tier and the highest tier, they'll have plenty of seats in each office. So with that said, we're going to move forward right into the game, and I'm going to show you something else that I've been working on. There's really a lot, obviously, that I've been working on. It's a lot that I won't be showing, but there's a few things, just one or two things that I'm going to show you that I've been working on, just to keep you up to date. We're moving closer to that alpha phase too, and I know this screen seems to have taken forever. We're going to fix that, don't worry about it. It's not a frame rate issue, it's just the programming issue that I still have to work out, so please don't mind the little downtime here. And here we go, load it right in, and I did set that to 100,000. I did have to make a change because I went out of the game and came back in for the purpose of working out some kinks. So here we are, folks, and I want to show you something. Basically, two things that I've been working on, and the first is time management. Let's go ahead and set this to pause, though it's going to set it to first our one-time speed. Let's just go ahead and show you. Let's go ahead and hire somebody. Let's hire ourselves an HR director, Adam Thompson. Okay, and what happens is he populates at the front door. Don't worry about the little jackies there. He populates at the door, but because it's paused, he's not moving at all. Yay for small victories, folks. I know this is something very common with games like this, but I don't know. Every milestone is pretty big to me. It may seem very small to you, but very big to me. So nonetheless, if we hit play, he's going to actually head toward his office. We did hire our HR director. I think I've designated this particular office for that. So that's exactly where he's headed. And from there, he will actually take a seat and start working. Beyond that, he will, and he walked right through the desk. I did not designate that desk as an obstacle, so he will walk through it. The other ones I have. But anyway, what I'm trying to mention is that for all of the employees, what's going to happen is they don't just sit there at their desk and work. They will get up and do other activities based on whatever task they are trying to achieve or complete. So that will be in the game. Let me just go ahead and hire a ton of people there. I hate to say a ton, but I'm just going to fill all the positions that I know I've programmed to walk to their office and start working. Let's see. Then the COO, which will not be part of the research and development department, by the way. But we're going to get somebody that has a very high price tag. Let's get this guy. I don't know why. I just like doing that. Because it's a game. Real life, I definitely will look for the most efficient person, not by cost. Okay. So I have a lot of positions filled. Well, not all of these seats are filled, but 3 of them are. We got our HR director, our COO, and our CFO. And that will be our office, but I have to program myself to be into the game. Or the player, for that matter. So there we go. That's that. You guys have seen the budget, and on the 7th day, every week it updates, but I'm going to actually change that. But it's going to be reflected based on the finance department. So however well they report information or prepare documents and reports, that's how fast you'll see information in your budget screen pop up. Okay. I think it just showed up too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's come out of there. I do want to show you this screen, and I'm going to break it down to one speed. Alright, so for each department, folks, let's go ahead and hit this real quick. Each department, you will be able to manage yourself, but I'm going to also add a button that covers all of them, so that if you want to manage all of the departments very similarly, you can do that. But right now, let's just look at each one. We don't have to go down the line, but you get the idea just from me giving this example here. Basically, this is the basic information panel, so it tells you who your managers are, and it will be a button, by the way, for the names. You'll be able to click on that and get the employee dialog pop up. You'll see the total employees that fill that department. Now, this will go beyond just that office. If you have other offices that have HR personnel, all these people will be included in this number. So when we look at the total department expenses, this is pretty much the percentage, the HR's expense percentage of the entire budget expense percentage. So what I'm saying is, which is not accurate at the moment because I have this here shows on a weekly basis what the expense for salaries are. This here shows what the expenses are for salaries, not for salaries but for the whole department per month. But as of right now, for this example, salaries are the only thing that populate this total. So that's the reason why you see 164% of the total expense. That's not accurate because this is monthly, this is weekly. Once I update the budget to represent monthly, then that will actually fix to be under 100%. So that is more, it's actually accurate. So, okay. This is what I want to show you though, these two parts, because this is part of the delegation aspect of the game, and there's going to be more about, or more to do as far as delegating, because for each manager that you have, there's going to be some options for that specific manager that you can set for that manager that will govern them, so to speak. But here are the delegations for the department that you can set as the CEO that everyone in that department, or typically the managers of that department, will follow. So when it comes to staffing, and in particular this is going to be for HR, if you put it to full, the HR department will attempt to staff the entire company to 100% capacity. And obviously there's a pro and con. I'm not gonna give any strategies or whatever, but there's pros and cons to each of these options. And for full, if you want to have a full house, especially if you expect to be very busy, to have a lot of projects going on at the same time, then this probably would make sense. And the good news is you can change it at any time. So, you know, whatever need that you have at the moment, at any given moment within the game, you can make those changes. When you go to need, basically what this does, it tells this manager and tells this department to hire for the need. So basically, whatever projects you have going on, however many heads you need to fulfill the task, you know, that's exactly the amount that this department and managers are going to try to achieve. They won't go above that, and they try their best not to go below that. Okay, when you go for cost, this is where, as you can see, currently spending 0 of desired 0. That's still to be set. But basically, when you go for cost, that's going to go down to here. And I'm going to explain this. I'm going to make this a little more streamlined too, because right now it can look very confusing, and I'm sure it does. But basically, when you click cost, what it's telling the manager to do, it's telling them to base their hiring or their staffing protocol, if you will, based on how much money you have designated for them to have. So once I say that, we're going to go down here, because this is the set salaries total budget. If you leave it at max, you're essentially telling your manager that there is no limit to the cost that they, you know, can spend for the top talent in every seat that they fill. Okay, so if you leave it at max, typically you're going to attract very talented, very educated, very skilled workers. Okay, if you go to need, what you're going to do, you're basically telling the manager to hire for the need. So they're going to try to find a good balance between cost savings as well as an adequate amount of talent for the task that they need to be accomplished. And I'm going to go into how that ties into the specific task of each department as well, but not today. In another video, once more of that stuff is in the game and I'm ready to show it to you. If you go ahead and do delegate, this is totally different and very interesting to me, because each manager, each employee really has certain tendencies, has certain ways that they do things. So with each manager, they have a way that they would like to do it. And the thing is, if you delegate to them, they'll actually run the department the way they feel is most effective. So this is a way for you to trust your managers, if you will, if you want. But you can also decide to tell them what to do rather than allowing them to make some of these more critical decisions on their own. That's what delegate is for. That's saying, okay, I give you the keys to the department. You know, the sky's the limit. We have a lot of cash. You know, I need you to make sure we are efficient. And that's essentially what you're saying when you click or select delegate. So, and then all these other things pretty much work the same when it comes to the training budgets, you know, or the supplies budget, miscellaneous budget, and other things. We're going to actually change these. Those are not going to be the same. It's going to be different things there, and it's going to change per department, by the way. So, you know, just to give you an idea how some of these things are going to work. But again, it's going to be more streamlined. Right now it looks a little cumbersome, but we're going to work on it and make it as streamlined as possible. Again, the game will come with tutorials. It will come with a strategy guide of some sort. So, and then I'm sure there'll be some YouTube videos to help explain and to show you how to play the game. But the idea is not to make it too difficult, but to make it fun and challenging, trying to find a balance between all those. So guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget to chime in below the video here, as well as on the website techexecutivetycoon.com, and there's a forum there as well. So please sound off. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your advice, your criticisms, your critique. I want to hear it all, and if you guys don't mind, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, thank you all who have been donating to the game. There is a link on the website for donating. If you do want to support the game before it comes out, there are rewards for that on the website. Just take a look at it. If it's something that you want to do, I'm very grateful, and to everyone who has done it already, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you very much. And the game is moving along. We're getting closer and closer and closer to alpha phase, the alpha phase testing, so stay tuned for that, everybody. Thanks again. I will see you all in the very next dev blog video.